Journal entry, Tokyo Chronicles. Tokyo, Japan. Day 1. Ron and I will be travelling to Tokyo tomorrow. We will be taking an old bucket port key to Tokyo at 6 minutes past 11. We were on the hunt for an insidious corporation called Horcrux Tech. Horcrux Tech, whose name alone is alarming, is selling a mobile phone to muggles. Their new translucent phone is a nefarious plot to control the muggle community. The Ministry has collected information that the mobile phone is a sinister tool which emanates the Imperious Curse. This cursed device allows the company to control unsuspecting muggles, manipulating them to serve wizards through mind control. We were going to stop this in its tracks. Day 2. In the heart of Tokyo, a mesmerizing fusion of tradition and technology unfolded before my eyes. The city's magic and routine churn was like machinery. "Blimey," said Ron. He was looking up at the neon-lit streets. "You fancy some noodles after all this?" he asked me, looking into a shop window advertising its ramen dish. "Sign me up," I replied. I followed the instructions written down in front of me. An encoded message given to me by the Ministry of Magic. Kazuki was going to help us. Kazuki is a witch from the Kokumaho. The Kokumaho is Japan's magical authority. She will be helping Ron and I find Horcrux Tech. Words formed on the piece of parchment in my hand. I followed the parchment as a small arrow and directions on the paper directed us down the various streets. The streets were maze-like, filled with eclectic establishments and winding alleyways, an ideal place to hide a magical building from prying eyes. As we came to a dead end in an abandoned alleyway, Kazuki appeared before us in a cloud of light purple smoke. She pointed at a wall that had a graffiti mural all over it. The mural was of a dragon coiled around, its scales glistening. The graffiti curled away from the wall, exposing a large hidden steel door. The door also had decorative dragons on it. We followed Kazuki into the Japanese magical organization of Kokumaho. Although it was smaller than the Ministry of Magic, it was a vibrant tapestry of color. Kazuki led us to her office and began to show us the mission details. Her office, like herself, was a kaleidoscope of punk expression. Her worn combat boots scuffed the floor as she paced whilst explaining the details of Horcrux Tech to Ron and I. We set off back into Tokyo about 20 minutes later. Kazuki walked fast ahead of Ron and I. We navigated Tokyo's labyrinth together. We used our concealed brooms to then glide to the top of an old warehouse building. "Here, now, let's begin," Kazuki whispered. The purpose of my journey became clear as my heart started to beat. This dull warehouse would be the battleground between magic and the insidious advancements of Horcrux Tech. The Imperious cursed phones weren't just a tool of control. They were instruments for reshaping societal norms of Japan. Horcrux Tech had to be stopped. Standing on the rooftop of the warehouse, Ron, Kazuki and myself put our wands together. The tips of our wands crackled with white bolts of light. It's like the magic knew how important this mission was. The magic crackled with urgency. The white bolts of light grew in size, emanating bright streaks and zigzagging in every direction. We were creating a lightning storm. The electrically charged bolts would make the Imperious cursed phones go haywire. The whole building before me started to tremble. The air and the walls of the warehouse crackled with the white lightning bolts. Then, we disapparated off the warehouse building to the street just in front of the warehouse building. Then we saw her, the masked digital sorceress. She walked out of the building calmly, even though it appeared some parts of the warehouse were now on fire. She had a menacing aura. I instinctively reached for my wand, channeling the protective spells ingrained in my aura training. Ron, Kazuki, and I faced the challenge. We started the duel. Ron sending a curse towards this sorceress. It missed her. I then cast an exploding charm, but she blocked it and hurled a hex towards us. The battle intensified. The dark magic rippled with intensity before us. I stumbled back a little, but was saved by Kazuki's shield charm that blocked the hex. The powerful shield charm continued to raise a shimmering barrier of magical energy. The shield charm acted as a formidable barrier against the sorceress's dark magic. She attempted to breach the shield charm, throwing spell after spell at it, but her spells rebounded harmlessly off the shield, leaving us unscathed amidst the chaos. As the commotion reached its peak, I seized the opportunity to counterattack, unleashing a barrage of stunning spells and hexes against our assailant. With precision and determination, Ron also joined in. But then, the duel took a turn. Kazuki was hit somehow. The shield charm disappeared and the barrier with it. Kazuki was incapacitated for a moment. I knew that our mission had taken on a new urgency. Ron and I advanced. The sorceress's defiant struggle was no match for our coordinated attack. With a flash of magic, the sorceress was whisked off her feet. Not once, but twice. The duel continued and deepened. Enchantments and hexes spilling from each of us towards the digital sorceress. It was a chilling scene. The street echoed with bangs. The sorceress acted with unbridled ambition. The fire from the warehouse was growing now, but with renewed determination we pressed forward. The sorceress grew increasingly frustrated, her movements becoming more frantic and desperate. But I could see her faltering. A hurling hex of mine hit her straight in the chest, and she fell to one knee. The battle lines were drawn. We could finish her. But then, shadowy apparitions emerged from the darkness. They were reinforcements from Kokumaho, Kazuki's colleagues. Before we could react, they surrounded her, their movements fluid and precise. Several of them pounced on the sorceress, seeking to restrain her. The street went quiet, and a moment later, the sorceress was tied up and magically hoisted into the air. She yelled insults at us and the Kokumaho's members. But it was over now. We all knew it. Even her. Day 3. The sorceress was named Akiko, a witch of dark magic, known as a strong magical figure in Tokyo's magical underbelly. Through further work of the auras from Kokumaho, it was confirmed the sorceress Akiko was the puppet master pulling the strings from the shadows, the orchestrator of Horcrux Tech's inventions. Stopping Akiko and the imperious cursed phones created by Horcrux Tech was a smaller battle, but again is pivotal in the ongoing struggle to preserve the delicate balance between the magical and non-magical realms. The implications were staggering. A subtle yet powerful manipulation to pave the way for wizards to rule. it will always be the battle we face. As the hum of Tokyo could be heard in the distance, Ron and I looked across Yoyogi Park, our stomachs heavy from noodles and our banter light. We both agreed it was imperative we bring the kids, Hermione and Ginny, back here. We may have magic, but the magic of Japan's cherry-blossomed, filled park was something else entirely.